All right. Thank you for joining. Today we'll go over SEI coin, SEI USD on the Coinbase chart. All right. So we have a lot going on here in terms of what you see on the screen. It looks a little bit messy, but it's really not too bad. And I'll tell you why. So after we caused this low, right, at 20 cents, we had a nice pump to the upside. Now, this pump to the upside came right into this 50% retracement level. As you can see, it's the light blue line. It's a little bit hard to see, but the light blue line right below the previous month value area low. And it also came into that value area low before rejecting and trading down to where we pretty much are right now. So the reason why I say it is a little bit messy, but not really, is because when you go ahead and you zoom in a little bit here, you'll see that this fixed range volume profile is pulled from pretty much pulled from last week, right? So this is the entire volume traded for last week, and it's showing you the point of control, value area high, and value area low. Now, SEI coin, if we zoom in, right, is currently just trading in a range. We're just keeping this very straightforward and simple. And the range is currently between the value area low of last week and the point of control of last week too as well. So you can see we came down, tapped the level, attempted to go back up, missed it, right? So front ran that level a little bit, came back down, swept the lows, managed to find support back into the value area low. So it was reclaimed before getting a nice pump to the upside, which was also obviously fueled by Bitcoin pumping too as well. And where did SEI go, right? So this went right to the point of control. We also have a value area high level right here, and I'll show you exactly where that's from. So if we go all the way back to right here, let me go ahead and hide this one. Let's go ahead and turn this on. You'll actually see I pulled the fixed range volume profile tool for this range, which has already historically been developed. And you'll see the value area high of this range was at 28 cents, right? So now, if we go back to where we are, you'll see that we're still basically right between that range, right? So historical values matter a whole lot. And as you can see, even though we went through the point of control, the value area high of that historical range is still pretty relevant because that's where price stopped before retracing back down to the value area low of the range, right? So what can we expect to happen next? So we came down, swept the lows, grabbed some liquidity, price then went up, swept these highs, right? Because right here, there's also liquidity at these highs, right? So price came up, swept the liquidity of these highs, tapped the point of control, highest volume traded last week, retraced all the way back down to the value area low, but we didn't quite take these lows one more time, which it doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. In my opinion, that's actually pretty bullish because now we're trying to establish a higher low, right? Now, if we establish this higher low and confirm a market structure change by breaking this high, then I'd be looking for this area to act as support before continuing higher to the daily level above and the previous month value area low, which we did get rejected from, which caused this massive sell-off previously, right? I'm also going to keep in mind and keep an eye on this anchored VWAP, which was pulled from these highs right here, right? So that volume weighted average price from this high to where we are at right now is all the way up here at around 30 cents. So the average price for SEI is at 30 cents from the massive sell-off at the highs. So that's why it is kind of like a magnet, right? You can see price went to it, sold off, went to it again, sold off, went to it, sold off. And now it just seems like it's trying to get there again. So this is kind of what I would like to see just to confirm a bullish market structure before then tackling the 30-cent range. But, you know, it would also be nice just to come back down because I'm not really in this trade right now. pretty much come back down to these levels around here, maybe tapping this previous week value area low one more time before continuing higher. That would be the best long trade in my opinion, right? So pretty much like what happened here. So this was actually a great entry if you were to get in on that trade. You place your stop loss below these lows. Then you're now aiming for the highs. And right now you are in the green, as you can see by how it's highlighted. So I don't really think we're going to get another push down to the downside, but we may, because we are currently getting rejected from the monthly, right? So this is the anchored VWAP for August. So we are getting rejected from the anchored VWAP from August and the daily VWAP too as well. So we could see a little bit of a retracement, but I don't really think we're going to see that much. We might just go back down to these lows, which in my opinion wouldn't be the best area to long, because now you're longing below the weekly VWAP, right? So yeah, I'm really expecting continuation to the upside. That's when I would be interested in possibly a scalp short, just because this is currently range bound, as you can see, right? So we're not exactly sure what price will do, but the highest probability trade to enter a short would have to be at these highs. So I am currently waiting to see how price reacts after getting to that level, and then possibly taking the short trade back down to the range lows, right? Now, the best area, in my opinion, to take the short trade would actually be this area. So we still have the dot 5, previous month value area low, previous week value area high, right? So 2 weeks ago, the value area high. And we also have liquidity up here too as well. So it would be nice to see something like this come up, right? Sweep the highs, come back down, and then enter your short trade right here. Signs of weakness, stop below the high, targeting this low right here, because right now this is currently a supply zone, right? Which is also resistance, 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 and once that's flipped, it's going to be flipped into support, which is also known as demand. So then yeah, I would be targeting this demand zone if we do get that nice short entry. That's the best short trade in my opinion. You also have a couple little short trades which can happen at these highs, because it's a liquidity area, liquidity, lining up with the daily. So based on the reaction, you can possibly get a decent scalp short here. But in my opinion, the best one is to wait for these higher levels to be reached, all right? So that's pretty much it with SEI. Very interesting level we are currently at right now, and we are currently rejecting. So in my opinion, I'm just waiting to see how this price action unfolds. If we do start to fail these levels, then the next area of interest for me would be down here, the previous week value area low and untested daily level below too as well. And let's see if there is any naked point of controls too as well. Let's see. No, there's just untested previous day value area lows. Yeah, I don't even like this fib really. This fib isn't really lining up with much. It is kind of lining up with this little low right here, so, but it's right below the weekly level. So if we fail the weekly level, in my opinion, I'd rather just see these levels right here getting tapped. Let's go ahead and set an alert. Yeah, and I can even go ahead and see here. Untested value area low. Could go ahead and put that there too as well. Yeah. So this would be the next area of interest for me to long, to be honest. I don't really like this. I'm going to go ahead and delete this actually. Let's go ahead and place this here just as a reminder. And then, yeah, we would then, target a couple key levels would be nice to take this all the way up to the highs. It's a 30% increase. Stop loss below the lows, right? So that would be pretty nice, but we'll see how it all unfolds in the upcoming days here. That's pretty much it. Thank you for joining. Like and subscribe. Follow me on X, and until next time, take care.